Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here for the Mountain Weather Information Service. This is your planning outlook video on Tuesday the 21st of November. Now, quite a complicated picture over the next week or so. Basically, some very mild and wet conditions in the short term will give way to lowering freezing levels day on day heading through the rest of this week. Some fresh snowfalls on many mountains, coming down to increasingly low levels and getting a long way south towards Wales and the Pennines, possibly by the weekend. And into next week, cold conditions looking like staying with us, so little if anything in the way of thaw and possibly some significant accumulations, especially across the north and northeastern side of the Highlands. Just looking briefly at the short term, this is total rainfall just through until the start of Thursday and shows a swathe of heavy rain across Wales, across northwest England and the south of Scotland. Don't take the absolute detail, but the idea of 50 to 100 millimetres of rain falling pretty widely and could be more than 100 mil over some of the upslopes of Snowdonia, across the Lake District, Dumfries and Galloway. So concerns for rising river levels and some flooding, and at the very least very wet underfoot in these locations over the next few days. In terms of temperatures, let's just have a run through over the next few days. This chart is at 850 millibars. It's around 4,500 feet in the atmosphere, so a pretty good guide for the highest tops in the Scottish Highlands. We can get a steer for the general temperatures elsewhere as well. The very mild south-southwesterlies we've got at the moment will be replaced by air coming around from the west and the northwest heading through the later part of this week, so those freezing levels will drop down, increasingly so through Thursday and Friday. And as we go through towards the weekend, we've got a system that's trying to come up from the southwest, meeting fairly cold and quite dry air that will have drained in from the northwest by that time, which gives that risk of some snowfall as far south as Wales and the South Pennines through into the weekend. The cold northwesterly air mass stays with us through the weekend, briefly milder I think for a day or so early next week, but I think we soon come back round towards northerlies as we go towards the middle part of the week, and that may well take us into the start of December as well. So a lot going on over the next few days. Let's run through the charts. And Wednesday, first of all, shows a tangle of fronts moving northeastwards across the country with that heavy rain then across Wales, across the Lake District and the south of Scotland. The further north you go across the Highlands, a greater chance of encountering some snow across the mountains, but towards the far north of the Highlands, you may well get away locally with a largely dry day to the northern side of those fronts. Severe gales across the mountains too, across Wales and the Pennines, the Lake District, with wind speeds increasing through the day to 60-70 miles per hour or more on those higher tops. So a really difficult day across those hills of England and Wales, also the south of Scotland. Thursday will have brought those freezing levels down as we saw, and fronts tangled around an area of low pressure moving into Scotland give the risk of some more widespread snowfall across the mountains, falling to increasingly low levels. May just be rain on lower coastal slopes and maybe towards the central belt, but across the Highlands pretty widespread snow and possible whiteout conditions developing, and a risk of gales again across the hills of England and Wales. Lighter winds across Scotland within the centre of the lobe, but just watch out for changes over a fairly short period of time. Friday sees some snow and hail showers looking likely towards the northwestern side of the Highlands. Something of a lull across central southeast Scotland and northern parts of England, but some fronts trailing across the Midlands and Wales may take in some heavy rain across parts of the Brecon Beacons, maybe up to the Snowdonia region as well. That area of low pressure moves quickly eastwards, and it's that one that could give the risk of some snowfalls to Wales and the Pennines then through Friday night into early Saturday. A lot of uncertainty on that one, so keep a close eye on those details. Cold northwesterly winds that follow will bring some snow and hail showers into Scotland, but some sunny periods away from those showers. Just watch the wind speeds as well as that low exits into the North Sea. And Sunday looks a fairly straightforward west or northwesterly, with showers moving into the north and western Highlands, one or two bands of showers coming in from the Irish Sea. A blustery day with significant or severe wind chill where directly exposed. And just briefly looking into the start of next week, and a further frontal system moving in from the Atlantic looks likely to come in as we go through into Monday. That could give some snowfalls on its northern edge for parts of Scotland, maybe into the Pennines as well. The wind flow behind that turning around more directly northerly. You can see it coming almost straight round from the Arctic. High pressure is building to the west of us. Low pressure is going to be centred somewhere toward the east, so ushering in those cold northerlies. Always northern Scotland, the northern Cairngorms, northwest Highlands in the firing line. Elsewhere, bands of showers scattered around the coasts of the eastern side of England and down into Snowdonia as well. It may leave the Pennines and the Lake District with not that much snowfall really over a few days, but a few bands of showers, of troughs coming down from time to time. And a lot later in the week will depend on just where that high to the west centres itself. If it stays out west and cuts off any further pushes of the jet stream, then we could just hang on to that cold air coming down from the north well through the week and into the start of December. So some wintry times ahead on the mountains over the next week and possibly beyond as well, so keep right up to date with the very latest information on our website. We've also been doing some extra short-range videos on our social media feeds too, the details there on the screen, and we'll update this full planning video again on Friday. Thanks for watching, bye for now.